Let us move forward here. This is 9 minutes, so I'm assuming that Soul is gonna hold and Fusion is going to just get rolled over in defense. That would be my guess. It's probably like a first point hold or like a second point hold or something like that. Alright, let's see here. I think it was a first point hold if I remember correctly. Okay. Double bubble! Yes! Non-double bubble. They're playing dive now. Like actual dive now. Huh. Huh. Wonder why they're playing dive. Maybe they think that Prophet's gonna go on Pharah, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like this week, concept-wise, we're gonna go through double bubble. We're gonna talk about double bubble. I'm like very confident we're gonna talk about this. We'll look at Hawaii and see if teams play what Dynasty's playing and, you know, like what Fusion was playing. If they're gonna play double bubble, we're gonna go through double bubble. If they're gonna play some of this, we're gonna go through this composition. Not this one, the one with Zarya, but you get my point. Because I feel very, very excited talking about that kind of stuff. I think those are good concept reviews. Alright. So if I'm Soul and if I'm defending this, I'm expecting to hold here and hold here. Making it really hard for them to come through or do things here. At least in my eyes. That's how I view it. Let's see here. Wow, great sleeping creation. Creative. As long as they hold these chokes with double bubble, I think this is gonna be really hard to break. Because the only way they break this is these guys have to find a way to displace the backline here, or they have to find a way to displace him. If not displace and like reposition those guys, they need to burst him out. Like he needs to be bursted out of position so that the whole Soul Dynasty team has to reposition based off of the monkey being out of position. But like I feel like it's gonna be so hard to do that as long as they mark properly. Okay, ball goes all the way behind. Okay, Carpe is set up. Hoppa is set up. So all of Soul's backline knows this. The front line knows this as well. Dude, creative with the dang sleeps. He sleeps Carpe again. Forces recall. The only cruddy part about this is they're giving up a bit of cart time right now. But it's not the end of the world because they forced out the flankers. Now is the time that these guys look to force shit here. And then they look to potentially brawl if they get an advantage. Okay, it's been a minute 30 and Fusion has only pushed the cart to here. They haven't gotten any kills on their side. Fitz is doing a good job. Fitz Prophet just going to fight. Okay, he drops. They both drop. They look now to go here. These two will look to probably drop. I'd assume that it's more so the monkey is going to drop and not the Zarya. You still have Sombra marking the ball. Like, this is awesome. I love to see this, dude. The flankers are doing such a good job on Soul to just marking. Like, all they're doing, all these two are doing, are marking. And what I mean by marking is they are making it so that Carpe, Ikuo, and Mono are getting no value, like whatsoever. Creative is doing a great job of making it easy because of his sleeps as well. He's been hitting insane sleeps. But like, these two are marking, which is making Onimo and Creative's jobs so much easier. They don't have to worry about the backline or the flankers too often. And Jester and 2U are just holding space. Like, they're just chilling here. Like they're not committing if you notice. They're not trying to get kills or anything when they're on cart. They're just chilling up here and being like, yeah, we're over here. Like you still have to respect us. Like look at us. Cause if creative heals us, we're okay. We're still fine. Crazy. Like the way to put this too is it's been 2 minutes in the game, and like look at the ult charge on Fusion. Fusion only have a pulse bomb and a trank up, and you look at Dynasty. Dynasty have like double support or double DPS ult online and on ult online. Like they're building ults like really slow because these fights are just like not even happening. Like they're getting shut down before they start. Okay, Mono tries to go for a fast dive. EMP comes out. It lands onto 4. Wowzers. The whole backline is unable to push now up top because of this. Mono is hacked behind. Okay, are they going to stabilize? They should be doing something off this, right? Tanks look to try to push out on the backline. They're unable to. Pulse misses from Carpe. When Carpe tries to go for a kill when all 4 of them are stacked up there, I think that's fine. Fitz goes back to marking. Prophet will go back to marking here. These guys are looking to wait to get pushed out of that position. Huh. Dude, poor Mono. Like, Mono is getting... Dude, another sleep. What the frig is going on? I need to see that sleep this time. He hit alarm. Out of all of them, he hit alarm with that sleep. What? Was he just aiming for the group, or was he aiming for alarm? I don't think he was aiming specifically for alarm, but damn, dude, like what a sleep dart. Literally just barely under the LOS of Hoppa's mech. Like it was like right there. I think he was like in midair jumping or something. That's crazy. I'm kind of surprised about the nano. Like they're using the nano to capitalize or try to kill Mono. I don't really agree with that. I think a lot of this, like these pushes are getting delayed from the marking of DPS. Like just how you're holding space as Soul and how you're denying like the enemy team from taking space. Like these guys are doing great jobs of denying space. They're doing great job of like denying or like pressuring space by just holding here. Like, and then the backline, like Creative's just doing a great job. Like I don't think Onimo has really had to do anything this entire time. Okay, Creative finally goes down. We have a lot of ults now coming online for Fusion, but Dynasty have only utilized an EMP. I was gonna say Dynasty have only utilized an EMP and a nano, but EMP is pretty important there. Monkey going down, like unless they can get a bunch of kills, this kind of doesn't look that good for Soul right now. 1 person, 2 people on cart, like they should cap this, right? Okay, Rally comes out, Prophet's over here. They're just gonna hold towards these corners here and wait till they get pushed out. EQO maybe going for... Oh... Is this gonna be a sleep? Thought it was gonna be a sleep there, not gonna lie, but like, it barely, just barely misses that sleep. Okay, Anima playing like somewhat aggressive with his rally, but he's not dying, dude. The guy is not dying. Carpe is over here. Hoppa's over here. Hoppa's body blocking him. He's living. Creative goes down. Creative going down is fine because how it's set up is there's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You have like 2 people pretty much diving Creative there. I think that's completely fine and understandable. They're coming back with ults though. So Tuyu and Jester have ult to delay. Like Onimo is right now delaying. That stick is fantastically huge from Prophet. And just like that, like you look at it, like Fitz is from this angle, like Prophet's on this angle, Onimo's on this angle, you got Jester coming from this angle, you got 4 angles here, like nutty. Fitz will end up going down here, I think, right? Fitz goes down, but they're cleaning up Cart pretty reliably here from Soul. They have Primal as well to delay that HP bars. Grav comes out, like he just lobs that in. Grab 2 kills, and now you're just trading. Trades go in favor of defense here because it's not OT yet. Wow. I actually really thought that was going to go in Fusion's favor. Like, they got 2 kills. I feel like they didn't have enough people pushing cart. They should have had 3 people push cart. If they had three people push cart, I feel like they're in a much better situation. Aside from that, like, I think that they need to be ready to push out of that choke a lot faster and be a lot more aggressive with that choke push. It's hard to clean. It seems like they're having a struggle trying to clean up kills without a Zarya here. And then, I don't know, what else happened? I don't know. I'm just so surprised. Like, Jester was down, Tuyu was down, like, both the tanks were down, and they were still able to hold space with just a rally. Like, Pulse came out large, don't get me wrong, but, like, I'm so surprised that as Fusion, you lost that. You had a lot of ults online, you even had an EMP, but, like, you just didn't get the value. And the target that you try to kill with the EMP was, no joke of a lie, a Break who's rallying that has full armor. Okay, Philadelphia is going through up top. The way Soul has set up right now. Okay, you break the hack LOS. Fitz is hiding in main so that when they do drop the point, he can go for a huge EMP here. Zarya on cart. Creative is in the room there. Okay, Animo is looking ahead of him. Animo and Creative's positioning should be switched, but aside from that, it's not bad. Monkey is waiting so he can jump over the roof to potentially burst. Tracer's running away. Okay, Jester walks towards the cart. Fit is just... Fit's just lurking at this point. He's waiting. Look at this. 1 second left. He's just waiting for his opportunity. He starts poking out the ball. He understands he has tons of time for this EMP. He translocates, but he translocates in a position where he can potentially still EMP cart to deny any kind of cart push. Doesn't hit a huge EMP, but he hits it right now onto the D.Va. Bubble eats the pulse from Carpe. They have to get kills or else the EMP is going to lose in the fight. Funny is now stuck. Funny is no longer part of the fight. Mono's hacked. Mono should die from behind. Animo got rallied back up. The rally should be enough to keep their Zarya alive, which is the key carry here. And Tuyu should be able to get a grab and pulse kill combo to just win this fight if they need it. It just comes down to the end of the day, like what ends up happening is, even if the start of these fights, Z's, what's with these bots? Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want you here. Boom. Even if Philadelphia get a small advantage at the start of these fights, they just lose because they have no late game carry. Like, if you want to win with like a burst comp, if you want to win with this, you got to win in like 5 seconds or less. If you want to win with overtime, like just survive longer than 5 seconds and you'll be fine most of the time. Literally, they're surviving these fights longer than 5 seconds. Some of them, I feel like they have no reason to be surviving the fights that long. But like, I don't know, man. Like, Philadelphia can't close out these fights like reliably enough. Like, Dynasty is just too hard to kill, it feels like. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I just feel like the front line of Dynasty is doing so much more than the front line of Fusion. Like, it just feels really weird. Alright. It's about a 2-minute endeavor. Let's see what happens. Are they going to change their comp? They are. Okay. They go from playing double bubble to just playing a dive with the McCree. So they're playing a little bit more similar kind of style of play with the Zarya, but instead of Zarya, it's McCree. And you have a little bit more ping pong with this. I'm surprised they're not pulling out Ball and they're playing Winston instead. I don't know. I feel like they're playing Winston because I know Nano is really strong on Winston, but Nano is also strong on D.Va. But I'm also kind of confused because like I feel like Winston relies on too much protection. I guess his bubble can help Fitz, but I just feel like Ball just does what he wants to do much better. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Dynasty is playing a lot of Winston actually. I'm kind of surprised, low key. Okay, how do Philadelphia set up these angles? Where's Mono? Where's the rest of the team? Okay. Mono's on top here. Hoppa's on top here. Pharah, Mercy is like roaming. Carpe. I think I saw Alarm up here, right? Yeah, Alarm's up there. Okay, already Prophet is set up behind. Okay. I feel like if they want to do this play, Jester needs to make sure that, or Jester, sorry, Prophet needs to make sure. See how he's kind of going in now, and he's gonna get forced. He needs to wait for this card to go around the corner first. If he waits for the card to go around the corner, and then goes for like the aggressive play like this, it'll be much better because then it'll allow for these two to be able to follow up with the dive here. But it feels like what ends up happening was Prophet goes a little bit earlier than the team anticipates, and then you watch, he gets pretty much forced out. Recall forced, everything forced, and then these guys get stuck in this vicinity that Prophet is forced to recall, and he has to go back into his team with low blinks. And it just does not work out for him. It looks like they're still able to survive. I think it's not bad. Like, if you can build this nano here from Dynasty, you can do a lot of things with Jester being nanoed here. But I feel like you just build the nano. And when you get the nano, I feel like you just send D.Va with you and you just full send onto Alarm. Still set up that play with Prophet as well, but wow, that's a big nade. Okay, they got the nano, so let's see how they look to use the nano here. They're either going to jump at the Pharah Mercy or they're going to try to jump at Alarm. Alarm playing really far back because they know the nano's there. They don't even nano Jester. They look to nano Fitz here. Jester goes to pressure. No one's there. They nano Fitz. I believe that was on purpose because the LOS is nowhere close to Jester's here. So they nano Fitz in order to potentially deal with this Pharah Mercy better. I guess that's one way to deal with Pharah Mercy. You hit your shots kind of thing. Like, that works out actually really, really well. And you have to respect the Nano McCree at that point, because if you dive the Nano McCree, all it takes is a flashbang, and then like you and D.Va, you right click, and then D.Va like just shooting for you to pretty much lose. So Jester pushes Alarm into Prophet, right? And Prophet gets the kill here as well. So this dive was really good from Jester. Now they go to regroup on cart. They have a pulse online. They have noon. If I'm Soul, I'm setting up a pulse on this side or on this side. And then I'm going to noon for tempo here. Let's see what ends up happening. He ends up going for just an aggressive pulse in general. And I think Tuyu just flies through. This is good as well, though. Okay. And then they just went from here, I'm pretty sure, right? Prophet goes down. They just have to kill on cart here. What is these sleeps, man? Creative, like, I hear it in the sound audio, like, Creative is just crazy on the Ana, it seems. Just hitting sleeps everywhere, man, like I'm like, after watching the series, I'm like hard convinced that he's just like probably the second best or best Ana right now in the league. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say about like what ended up happening here in this fight. Okay, even though he goes for the pulse a little bit earlier, so I'm trying to show you guys so I can show both. Even though he goes for the pulse a little earlier there, because Astro is trying to go for the res onto Alarm here. I'm okay with going very fast past this choke and fighting past this choke, as long as the enemy team isn't set up for it. And the reason I say that is because if you fight past this choke, it means that it allows you to escort the cart in here for free. And that's the big thing that people struggle on, right? If you think about, like, for example, Fusion, why did they struggle? Well, think about how they approached the fight, right? Half of them were behind this line. more than half of them were behind that line. So if more than half of them are behind the line, and you're trying to get the cart in front of you here, and the enemy team's over here behind this line, like, you guys are equal here, right? So the way that you need to beat this is you need to be ahead of their line. If you can, that is, if you can. If not, then, and you have to play that yellow line, like I'm telling you, on attack, that most teams do, you need to find ways to intercept that, which means you probably need to go for a flank this way. You need to go for a flank over here. You need to provide pressure somewhere else on the map. But, like, as you watch, right, like, it's a good play from EQO to get Nano, then just, like, go to stop the cart, right? Trade kills. But the reason, like I said, I like it is because even though it was a great play from EQO, like great hero play, the play overall, macro-wise, from Dynasty would have won them that. So again, hero play, very good identification there from EQO to go for that, but overall, like, still strong macro again by just Dynasty doing what they're supposed to be doing. Dynasty has been playing their macro incredibly well, like, through the series. I'm very impressed. They dropped the ball maybe once or twice, but aside from that, it's not bad. Creative hit that sleep over there. Bomb goes out. Forces Astro's Valk. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, Mono's going around. Okay, they're just playing cart. Nano gets onto Fitz again. Okay, Jester's forced out. Fitz is just pretty much playing the cart. Noon with Nano. Doesn't get any value. Man. Gets stuck as well. This is such a weird fight. Okay, Rally comes out. They finally kill Hoppa on point. Are they gonna C9 again? They C9. They're like just moving them all off the cart to get a C9. Like, that was almost played well actually from Philadelphia. The issue was, again, it just comes down to, like, the issue with these overtime comps is, like, you win overtime, but you need to make sure that you're able to, like, clean up these fights, like, much more cleanly. If you notice, like, a lot of these fights are starting to get really chaotic. So, like, yeah, Carpe died from a sleep there, but Carpe dying from a sleep there is actually huge, because that means that they can actually restabilize and push these guys back, right? Now that they know that Carpe's dead and he has no pulse and everything, they're confident to walk forward and take this fight again, right? So it puts Fusion back on the back seat here. And over here, like, we see that they are spamming and they're playing slow, right? They're delaying onto the point as best as they can. But Creative is surviving for a long period of time, right? Trades aren't coming out on the cart like they should be. Yes, they killed Jester, but Jester dies all the way over here, right? You need to be able to now get these kills on the cart and pull it in your favor again. You can always, I'll put it like this, you can delay here forever. But the way that you win these fights is you can't just sit here forever. Because whenever you sit here forever, eventually someone's going to make a move. And this goes back to what I talked about earlier in this stream, which is, do you want to be in control of your own fate, or do you want other people to? By you just playing here consistently, you're hoping that they're going to mess up. And their composition, yeah, they could mess up, and yeah, it could be really easy to capitalize on them. They have a lot of friggin' displacement on this composition, a lot of boops, a lot of different ways to zone you, right? Like, Noon, Primal, D.Va Shift, Flail, Bash. Like, you have so much stuff that you have to get through that I'd rather just try to take things in my own hands at this point. After this, if I'm them, I'm looking to make a play. Carpe makes a play. He gets a kill. Now, if I'm EQ, I'm also looking to make a play. It doesn't matter if the D.Va goes on me here. The point is, D.Va goes on me, which means the rest of my team should be pushing up and being aggressive, right? Let's see if EQO does that. EQO's going aggressive, but see where he's going aggressive? He's not going aggressive over top. He's going aggressive in. All the pressure is one way. And remember how I said on attack, like, you need to break this choke, you need to have multiple angles. It's the same thing on defense if you want to win this fight reliably. And this is for the first fight. If you want to win the first fight when the fight is over here, you need to reliably, if you're not getting the kills here in this vicinity, you need to have another angle. And once you have that other angle, it makes it so much easier because then you have pressure all elsewhere across the map, and they're not so focused on one individual area, right? Everyone can always stabilize in that tiny area because they can go back to their side, right? You also have to look at your comp here. If you're Fusion, you're not trying to fight them in these kind of closed areas. They have a Winston, they have Brig, right? They have a D.Va. Like, you want to split these guys up so he gets more value. Play more of the map, especially since you're a Pharah. Like, you should have high fuel. How much fuel do you have right now? You have full fuel. What the frig are you doing, man? Why are you guys playing so safe? Do something. Make a play. Like, you're up 2. You gotta push. They're playing so much for stabilizing that, like, why are you stabilizing? Ay, 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 ay. Fusion. Come on, guys. You're better than that.